To the Finance and Governance Committee meeting. We have an apology from Alderman Sexton that I'm aware of. And Mayor is not here. Is she online? Sorry. Deputy Lord Mayor, is that Deputy Lord Mayor apology? Does anyone know? No, well, we'll just keep it on hold for the moment. Thomas and Coates, can someone please move that the Lord Mayor be co-opted, please? All those in favour, all those against, the item's carried unanimously. Confirmation of minutes, someone move please. Alderman Thomas. Anyone against? No one against, the item's carried. Consideration of supplementary items, none. Indication of pecuniary and conflict of interest, none. Transfer agenda items, none. Okay, annual plan final report period ending 30th of June. Who'd like to start this off?
Well, Chair, I'm just interested. It may not be able to get an answer from the Director at this stage, and I think the Chief Executive's here, but you've got a 60% actions completed, very small percentage not started. And I'm just interested, 60% is presumably a lot of that's COVID related, because as opposed to they no longer being relevant, because it's 60% is not bad, but it's a credit, nothing more. So I'm assuming that a lot of it, I mean, there's some very good material in there, and I commend the report to the Council, but in terms of your own feel, is it that you just couldn't, there weren't people on the ground, there wasn't money, there wasn't, is it a financial thing, was it a COVID thing, was it a combination, or did we change our mind halfway through? 40 out of 100 not being done is reasonably significant.
Chair, through you, absolutely it's COVID related. It was a factor of, I guess, we were constrained during the year, and we've made no secret of that with elected members, so it's simply a outcome of the resources that we had on the ground to affect the plan. And again, as you all know, we went through a significant period of change in the financial year as well in terms of the resourcing levels that we had.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I do have one question. It's on Pillar 4, City Economics, 4.1.6. It's the establishment of page 27, sorry, page 27. The establishment of an advisory group. It has been established. Could someone just remind me what the group consists of? Because, and I'll give you the reason why. I feel, especially with the COVID situation and the way things are going across our city, I would like to see it more, if it's centric CBD, more so, I believe it should be more expanded out in the sense that there should be a representative from, say, South Hobart, one from Lenna Valley, one from North Hobart, one from Sandy Bay, one from Lower Sandy Bay, as well as, you know, have I missed anyone? Any Newtown?
Danone.
So I'm talking about the business sector of those areas, because all these smaller shopping precincts that we have around our CBD are important. And we've always been too much centric to our CBD, which I think is very important. But if we have representation from the wider business community, inclusive of the CBD, I think you're going to get a different perspective on the needs of the business community of Hobart. So,
yep. Chair, absolutely. The membership of this group has evolved in the course of the 12 months that it's been running. The terms of reference don't specifically spell out we need a member from here, from there, and so on, but we certainly do have membership. Off the top of my head, I know from Lenna Valley, from Sandy Bay, clearly CBD. We've also gone for a range of business activities as well, so we're not just retail, and we've also got some of the business representative organisations as well. So we've attempted to be as broad-based as we can, And we have certainly seen some businesses drop off, and we've invited new ones in as we've gone along. But we're certainly mindful to keep it as broad as possible.
Yeah, look, I would like to see those terms of reference come back. Look, I don't know if anyone else in the committee. I'd like them amended so that we at least give invitation for people that are within those precincts to partake. Salamanca, I forgot Salamanca. Salamanca was the other one. Look, I don't know if anyone in the committee feels the same way. If someone does, someone like to move that.
I think we use broad-based across the city, citywide. I'm just wondering if you develop that a bit further. So much of the economic activity within these precincts we've talked about are affected by greater Hobart aspects. So I'm assuming that within the committee structure or within your gathering information, intel, you're actually talking with the other 4 cities around in the rim?
We do that outside of that forum, so the other cities are not invited to participate in that particular group, but certainly it's part of our broader economic development activities. And you'll recall the gaps and opportunities analysis that we had completed just before COVID. That was certainly a metropolitan approach. Chair, in relation to this, the council decision did delegate to the CEO the terms of reference and membership. So if you want, I can affect that change through
That'd
the
be much
process
appreciated.
with the CEO.
Just, sorry, I'm laughing. It's just our work never stops. There's always someone texting you about the needs of what they want. I've just got a ratepayer just text me.
Dog poo on the
All right, I'm happy with that. So, who's moved this? Moved by Alderman Thomas. Anyone against? There's no one against. The item's carried. Procurement quotation exemption report.
I'll move that.
Any discussion? No discussion. I'll move the item. All those in favour? All those against? The item's carried. So, committee status. Someone move. Received and noted. No one against? No one against. The item's carried. Questions?
Response.
Oh, sorry, we've got the response to questions on notice, without notice. So move to receive and note, please. Alderman Thomas. Anyone against? No one against. The item's carried. Questions without notice. Any questions?
Yeah,
Lord Mayor.
I've got a couple of questions.
We have the Deputy Lord Mayor as well. Sorry, Deputy, I didn't see you there before. The screen's a bit too hard to see from here.
So I've got a couple of questions they're quite detailed, so I'll send them as written questions. So under the elected members development and support policy, section M11, parking permits are available in order to provide parking for elected members to park on the town hall parking deck whilst they are undertaking their duties of office. Are elected members allowed to use this free parking all day while they are working at their other places of employment? And what steps are undertaken by council officers to ensure these free parking spaces are being used in a way that's in keeping with the policy?
Take that on notice, Chair.
And the other one just relates to, again, the elected member development and support policy, section K22. A maximum allocation of 1,500 litres of fuel per year can be charged on a fuel card each year without having to submit travel details to support this use. In relation to this entitlement, my questions are: 1, can the litres used claimed be reported as well as the dollar amounts?
They are.
Only the dollar amounts, I think, that I've seen.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Not the litres. So it's, I don't know when you get to the 1,500 litres, that's the thing.
Yeah, no.
What steps are being taken to check that fuel is not being used for non-council business? Given 1,500 litres is equal to the average amount of vehicle in Tasmania each year, is it appropriate to review whether this may be more fuel than is required to undertake a part-time role as an elected member? I guess that's really something we'd have to review when we review the policy. And what is the total cost of providing this allowance to elected members in the last 2 years? That's about it. Thank you.
Take that on notice, Chair.
That's it. Any other questions? I have a question actually. can the council officers provide the Finance Committee with the relevant section of the Act which clearly determines that elected members are entitled to reimbursement of costs for any of their work, and whether or not that reimbursement of costs includes all costs associated with vehicles that we use for aldermanic duties. Thank you, take that on notice. Right. Any other questions? Closed portion of the meeting.